The closer we get to Modern Horizons 3, the more the controversy about the pricing of this product has players on edge. The simplest way to put it, Modern Horizons 3 is not for everyone, and it was never intended to be. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. You know, the closer we get to Modern Horizons 3 being released, the bigger the discussion about the pricing of this product by all the players. It grows like a cancerous tumor of players angry and upset about what's happening with the pricing. And even though the pricing, at least here in Canada, so far is no different than what we saw for Modern Horizons 2, the change in the economic climate has shifted the player perspective on the sealed product. And to everyone out there, it seems overpriced. It seems too expensive. It doesn't seem worthy of people buying the sealed product. Now, I want you guys to remember this product was never intended for everyone to buy it. It is a premium product. It is a very expensive product. And didn't they tell us at some point to only engage in the parts of the game that you want to? Except for the problem is, a lot of players want to engage in Modern Horizons 3. It's the price holding people back, not the cards. The cards are actually starting to look a little bit better. The problem we're having with the cards they're showing us and the excitement surrounding those cards is that flash and that bling that they're showing people is kind of like waving your hand up here, like a brand new IPO offering from a company. It's like, this is a brand new stock. It's amazing. And all the other ones that are sitting over there on the side that aren't being bought anymore and don't do anything, but they want you to look there at the new product and they want you to buy the new offering. They want you to engage with what they're trying to sell you. And that's the shift. Because not all the players are going to buy it, but a lot of the players do want to get their hands on some of those cards. And as the market of Magic the Gathering has shifted, and we have definitely shifted to the singles of what these cards offer. And that's why so many box openings by stores are still happening at the bigger store level. Not your small local store, but the bigger stores that, you know, order hundreds if not thousands of boxes for their communities. Well, they open a lot of the product to sell online when the prices are juicy and high. But those elevated prices, like in the case of a fetch land being announced, even if you got 8 fetch lands inside of one box, how much value do you actually think that is if you went for cash at your local LGS? Well, if you take into account what we saw with Modern Horizons 2 about 30 days after release, cards like Arid Mesa were down to like $12 Canadian. That means in the US, that'd be like an $8, $9 card. Well, how much are stores going to pay you for that? And how many players are still looking for that card? Stores factor all that in besides deciding what they're going to buy or not buy. When they decide to purchase the product, it's because they need it. How many people need those fetch lands? How much are those cards really worth if you needed cash for them? That's when the evaluation that we hear about these products from a lot of the other people out there, you know who the other people are, when they start talking that way, and you start breaking down what the boxes are worth and in current market versus you know, in the past when they first got released, the tight window of sales is tighter than it's ever been for certain cards. Now, newer cards, that'll be a totally different market, and there's a lot of appetite for some of these new cards, especially the Eldrazi coming out. So you can expect the market to be brisk and the value for those cards to hold up. But to say that you've seen it with some of the reprint cards, in the case of the fetch lands, it's not going to be the driving factor that people think it's going to be or that they want you to imagine it's going to be. It's not that everyone wouldn't like to get a new set of fetch lands for a new commander deck or build with it in some other way. The real problem is they don't want to pay full price. They want it at a discount. I know I would. I've already got a couple of sets of fetch lands. Why do I need more? Well, this is the whole banana peel that you could slip on by overpaying for something that will probably sink in price. And then you still have the sealed product glaring us in the face with players angry about the price. Forget the singles now. Move over to the actual sealed products. Most people I know, they do want to buy it. Most of the players I hear discussing at a store, they start out in a polite, calm way about how some of the cards look awesome, but you know what? That price is really pissing them off. It's really upsetting them that they won't be able to buy it because it costs half as much as their rent in some cases, depending on where you are. Hashtag, rent's expensive. I mean, I can understand how people would want to get the product and not just feel disappointed, feel like they've been stepped on because they are unable to afford the product, which is why when you look at it from the holistic point where it's like, yeah, it's probably good you're not buying it, because if you're griping about the price, that could just be the internal voice in your head, the angel and the devil warning you not to buy this product, to protect yourself, while the other one's encouraging you to buy it because of the amazing experience of getting some of those cards. Now, when we're looking at the price point for Modern Horizons 3, again, the anger that builds with conversation about the price, it lets you know where the players, where they feel they are. They are feeling the pressure on all sides. One, they want to engage with it. They want to have fun with it. They want the experience of opening that product. Wizards of the Coast, they knew before they made it. Pricing it this way is gonna alienate a portion of the market that cannot get their hands on it. But they also know that same group of players will go looking for singles. So that market will still be affected by those players buying the singles and inflating the value of those cards that will be sought after, which means they're a great reprint target later on. So even when Wizards is doing you dirty and not giving you products at a decent price, they're still winning in their eyes because they get the generated value of you purchasing the cards in the second market, jacking up the value and making it a valuable reprint target, which of course cycles this all over again. It's very fascinating to watch the world of Magic the Gathering unravel over large periods of time, but then witnessing it firsthand with products like Modern Horizons 3, which although the price just kills me, it gets me very upset. Like many of you, I have a very visceral attitude toward the pricing because I think a lower pricing could engage a lot more players over time, building the strength of the overall brand of Magic the Gathering. I guess I've been outvoted by all the people over there at Hasbro, and my couple of shares in the stock just don't count enough to make the changes we need to have happen. So, where does that leave you as the player? Where does that leave us as a group of Magic players looking at Modern Horizons 3? Well, the conversation is not going to change. You are going to stay angry. So are a lot of the friends in your play groups, and a lot of the stores you deal with, or even they're upset having to pay so much just to get it inside the door. And a lot of that arm, elbow, wrenching wrestling moves, armbar, telling you have to do a certain amount of events just to get some of the special commander deck boxes. I'm hearing more of that from stores. And I'll be honest, a lot of stores are going to bite. They want to get some of those products in. They know some of those Eldrazi decks and stuff are going to be huge for players as the sales get closer and we see what more of these spoilers are going to be. There's more likelihood of a FOMO hype train event happening. It only takes a few key cards. We've talked about this. But that still won't change. Even amazing cards at this point are not going to change the price point. And for the most part, the stubborn attitude of many of us, it is not going to change our views on how we feel about the product. We can say we like the cards. We can say we like what they've done. But you're not going to agree with the pricing. And nothing that they do is going to make you. And that's the funny thing about a stock offering like this. When you see an IPO, that IPO is going to give you something in return. You're hoping it goes up in value and you can sell it later and that kind of thing. Magic, when they give us new products, we know generally it's going to go down. Okay, because of reprints and the way they've done it. Reprints are tighter now. Print runs are smaller. Absolutely. But generally speaking, we know over time these events are going to happen at some point. So it's timing it at the best point to get out so you're not a dead IPO on the floor. I mean, if you look right now at a Modern Horizons 3 booster box in Canada, the pre-orders are around $499 Canadian. But if you look on eBay, you can find a box of Fallen Empires for that $600 mark. $600 for 60 packs, 8-card booster packs. But 60 packs of a set that's 30 years old. That is insane. To think that the newest products and the price point they're charging, to tap directly into the market of Magic. And it took 30 years of Fallen Empires to do the same thing. People aren't really paying attention to what's happening in the secondary market, but it's starting to become more attractive. Old boxes like Weatherlight going for $1,500, people are looking. When you see Stronghold, that could have Mox Diamonds in it. There are some people out there looking at some of these boxes saying, these prices don't look bad. Do I want to go hunting in a Modern Horizons 3 box and maybe get XY or whatever of a reprint card, or go back and find things like Mox Diamond, which hold true value? This is where the market shift, the anger and frustration, leads players down different pathways and different choices. based on what they really desire in the game and what their hopes and dreams are going forward. Either way, it is a fascinating time to be here because the anger and that visceral attitude from so many players at so many places that I speak at and talk to, it feels like a mob mentality. I don't think it's really a bad thing. I think we have to let Wizards know when we're not happy with what they're doing. It doesn't mean they're going to change, but at least we can feel we've made our input known. So feel free, slam some comments down in the comment section. Let me know how you guys feel about what's going on out there for the products you're at. Is your store sold out, by the way? Because I know a lot of the smaller LGS stores are not carrying a lot. They are selling out. Are we headed to a Fallout type situation with the collector boxes? I do not believe so. They can still be had downtown here in Toronto, no problem. They got a couple of 100 boxes available, so it's not selling out in the long term, depending on where you are, okay? You can always order these things later. Don't let the FOMO hype train get you, okay? It's going to be around. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the channel. Of course, I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow with another video, so have an awesome day. Shop smart, shop S-Mart. This is my boomstick. S-Mart's top-of-the-line double-barrel Remington Cobalt Blue Steel and a hair trigger. These are the amazing patrons of the channel, the supporters who show up each and every day, my YouTube membership members, the loyal patrons of the channel. Because of them, daily uploaded content is made possible. Thanks again to each and every one of you. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. Glad you guys are here. So you made it to the end. Did you know 12 boxes last month of Fallen Empire sold? 8 homelands? Interesting. 4 boxes of Stronghold that I could track. 12 Weatherlight. Interesting, right? Funny how some of these boxes going cheaper have more sales coming online. And it's being done very stealthy, very quiet. Shh. Facebook back pages. Little mini transactions here and there. And of course some on eBay. Take a look, you'll see. Anyway, just fascinating to see when the prices fall, somebody takes an interest. They take the bait and they buy that product. They want it for some reason. Maybe somebody knows more than we do. Either way, I'm glad you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for shopping here with me today. I hope you brought home some good products. I hope you feel like you were well served. And of course, now I already said shop smart, shop S-Mart. Instead, it's the one in the car we want. Guys, have a great day, man. Hey guys, a big shout out and thank you to the loyal patrons of the channel. It's because of them that this channel continues to exist, and I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of them. Whether you're one of my patrons, a YouTube membership member who stepped up and donates to this channel every single month, maybe at a live stream, wherever you're doing it, thanks again for supporting my channel. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow with another video. Have a great one.